Good morning and welcome to H-Town Now. I'm Christian Hanna.
And I'm Hannah Toppins. We've got a great show for you today. First up, Lana will be giving us a look at the greenhouse outside of the English section. Let's take a look.
Over the summer, a lot has happened here at HHS, including the building of our new greenhouse. Let's take a look with Mr. Baker regarding the details.
We got a grant from the federal government. It's called a Farm to Table grant, so that we can have the opportunity to grow fresh fruits and vegetables for students. The building of the greenhouse was actually kind of quick. It took the company about a week to build it, but then it took us almost a month to get in the dirt and to put the ground protection down and to build the containers, things of that sort. Right now in the greenhouse we have tomatoes, we have green, yellow, and red peppers, we have watermelon, and we have pumpkin in the greenhouse right now growing. Right now we have a gardening club, and some members of the gardening club help me in the morning during homeroom to work in the greenhouse, and occasionally after school we work in there. During the winter, we are going to transplant any live plants into 5-gallon containers, and we're going to grow the plants up in the indoor greenhouses. We have 3 upstairs off the science wing, and we're going to use those over the winter. Yeah, what it is, each week we go out there and we pick. This week we picked almost 20 pounds of tomatoes and 80 peppers out of the greenhouse, and the county buys them from us, and then it goes on their salad bar for lunch every day. So like any of the tomatoes or peppers that they have on any of the food comes from our greenhouse.
There's watermelons, tomatoes, peppers, just those. I like to pick the vegetables because it's actually pretty fun to do.
Speaking of green, I took the opportunity last week to interview Miss Epperly about her herpetology class and what it entails. Here at Huntington High, we have a lot of very different science divisions, but arguably our most unique is Miss Epperly's herpetology class. What is herpetology, you may ask? Well, let's let Miss Epperly answer that question.
Herpetology is the study of reptiles and amphibians. I have been teaching the herpetology class for a year and a half almost. This is my second year teaching the herpetology class. The best part about teaching herpetology is definitely the hands-on interaction with animals. I think the students really enjoy it, and I enjoy caring for and learning about the animals. My goals for this year are that the students just have a better understanding of the study of herpetology than last year. Last year was my first year teaching it, so I think that a lot of the strategies I used, I was just giving my best go at it. So this year I've improved on it, and I'm hoping that we just do a better job of learning the species of West Virginia and just the characteristics of the 7 orders of reptiles and amphibians.
Well, last year I was in Mrs. Epperly's honors biology block, and I really enjoyed the class. I thought she was a really great teacher, and I knew that she taught herpetology, and I thought that seemed like a really interesting, fun class, so that's why I signed up for it. Right now, we just switched which animals we were caring for, and now we have 2 Australian tree frogs that we have that, so they're my animals now. There are probably 2 that I like a lot. We have 1 baby leopard gecko, and then 1 baby Californian king snake, and they're both really cute.
Wow, herpetology seems like a really interesting class.
There are a lot of things we don't know about our teachers here at our school. One thing in particular is their pets. Issa was able to talk with 2 of the teachers and meet their pets.
Sometimes it may be hard to relate to your teachers, but what if you find something you have in common, like pets? I recently got to interview a couple teachers about their pets. I also got to meet some new furry friends.
My name is Hunter Roush. This is Marshall Roush. 2 L's. Marshall is 7.5 years old. We got him when he was 8 weeks. You can just fit in your hands. Marshall is a golden retriever and poodle mix. Some people call him a mutt. He prefers hybrid. We got him in Moorhead, Kentucky. He was one of the last of his litter. There were 3, and 2 of them were getting on a plane because someone had already bought them, and I got to pick of the 3, and he was the fattest and laziest. So I picked him. Oh, he does have a bunch of stuffed animals. He's like a child. He collects them. He knows them by name. You can tell him to go get Red Tiger, and he comes back from his room with Red Tiger. He's got a giraffe who he named Joetta. This picture is one of my favorites. I took it on a snow day from school, as you might be able to tell from the background. It has my two favorite things in this world in it: Marshall's ears and Marshall's little nose. Well, you probably don't want to hear the details of what we found when we got home from going out to dinner. Let's just say a big mess that had some stuff in it that shouldn't be in it. And we decided he needed to go to the vet immediately. And luckily, a friend of mine has a brother who's a vet, and he was gracious enough to open his office for us at night, ran all kinds of tests, and said, had we not got him there that night and got him on some strong antibiotics, he probably would have made it a couple more days. And that was just probably, a month after we got him? He's still tiny. And he's lived a good life. He's had cancer a couple times and beat that. Had some surgeries to get rid of some big tumors he had on him. But he's still going strong.
This is Puppy Rue. She is our latest addition to the dog family. So dog number 3. Rue is the one that my brother found, and he lives in North Carolina, and he was driving and he saw this little ball of fur run across the street, and he stopped to see her and saw that it was a dog, and so he picked her up, and we went to visit the following weekend, and we just fell in love with her. She was just this cute little fur ball, and so we decided we had to have her. So now she's ours. She has destroyed, anything in the house: plants, wallets, money, credit cards, all her toys. She has to have bones that she can chew to destroy. She loves to climb trees. If you put a bone in the tree, she'll jump as high as she can and then climb up into the tree. She loves to run, and she loves to torture the other 2 dogs. She always wants to play with them, and they're much older than she is, and so they get very annoyed with her. Sit. Come here, Rue. Sit. She knows a few tricks. Sit. She'll give me paw. Give me paw. Thank you. She's very loving when she wants to be. She knows her bone is up there, so she is waiting for when she's allowed to get her bone. Come here. Go look for your bone. Look at your bone.
Do you have anything to say?
Oh. That's typical Rue behavior.
How cute.
On Thursday, JROTC is holding our annual blood drive. I was able to speak with the organizers as well as those who have given and received blood to get a better understanding of just how important blood drives are. This week, the JROTC is having a blood drive, and it's a perfect opportunity to give back to your community.
Giving blood is definitely scary, but knowing that it's for a good cause takes away all of the fear. There's really no reason to be nervous. Giving blood gets you out of class for a couple months, and it's also a really great way to give back to communities. With all the natural disasters that have been going on and all these terrible things happening in the world, it's definitely something that helps a lot of people. Not only does it help you by feeling good about yourself, but it can really help someone in need.
Our goal this year for the blood drive is to get 100 units of blood. The requirements for you to donate blood is you can be 16 years of age with parental consent and 17 years of age without consent.
To prepare for the blood drive, we have to coordinate with the janitors to get tables and chairs, and then call the Red Cross to make sure that they have tables and everything that is equipped for the amount that we're expecting. And then we sit out at the main corridor during lunch, and we take in sign-ups and give out parental consent forms. And so all that leads up to the day of, and then we have to set it up in this small gym. So the Red Cross comes and brings a truck, and we set all the things up, and then there we go.
It was great. It saved my life. Without individuals donating blood and those types of things, I would not be on earth. I lost a lot of blood in my accident, so without blood and that donation and what was at the hospital and those types of things, I would not be on earth right now. So it was a blessing in the sky. It saved my life.
What would you say to someone who is thinking about donating blood?
I would think that it was a great thing for them to do. Even though they seems like it's going to take their energy out of them for an hour or for the day, and they may pass out and those types of things, it will actually save not just one life, it can save several lives from what they're doing. So I think it is a great cause that everyone that has an opportunity to do so should do so.
If you want to know more info, talk to the JROTC.
Election day is next month, so Ben took the opportunity to talk to the Young Democrats and the Young Republicans to show us what they're about.
My part in the Young Republicans Club is I help out with fundraising for various organizations, and I also help out by making campaign calls for people running for various offices around West Virginia. In the club this year, I hope to help out with some fundraising because, as always, it's for a good cause. And I really enjoy making campaign calls because you really get to understand the political process behind it and how campaigning works. My favorite thing about the club is I enjoy getting to hang out with and talk with people who share my same mindset and ideals.
So we want our meetings to be very short, and we just go through everything that we're going to be talking about, but we'll typically go through what we're going to do for the week or for the month or what our plans are, and we'll just talk about the upcoming projects that we have. So for this year, we're hoping to work on a couple campaigns, and we are also hoping to work on, I have a passion project, which will be a dance marathon near the end of the year, and I'm hoping that the Young Republicans will help with that. We also have a couple things that we'd like to do with the Young Democrats if we can ever do that, because we want people to just be politically involved regardless of, Republican, Democrat, anything of that nature. So our meetings will be the first and third Thursday of the month, and we'll hopefully have them in homeroom, and then we'll add on a couple, or we might cancel them just depending on what we need to do.
My role in the Young Democrats is I'm the secretary. During the club meetings, we really discuss what we're going to do beyond the club. We really like to get involved with campaigns, local and kind of national, especially when the presidential campaign was happening. And we like to do community service as well. Right now, we're in talks of going to the city mission and helping out there. I think what I like most about the Young Democrats Club is that we're able to really have our voices be heard. I think today, in the political climate that's happening, youth is not valued as much as it should be, and I think that we're really the future. So it's really important for us to kind of be able to discuss and have political discourse, and I think the club is an excellent place to have that happen.
So normally what takes place in our Young Democrats meetings is we will discuss different events going on in the future, working with different political candidates and community service opportunities that we have. But on our next meeting, we'll probably be mostly discussing election of new officers. We're starting a little bit later than we would like to this year, and we're going to make sure that we're ready for January when we can start when the primary elections begin. This year we have several things planned. There will be many opportunities for the students to engage in community service opportunities, working with candidates from all the way down to the local level through state senate candidates. We have active members who attend our meetings that are members of the West Virginia House of Delegates. Also, this early November, we have the opportunity for some of our students to meet the U.S. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer in Charleston at the Roosevelt Kennedy dinner. Our meetings take place Thursdays during homeroom in E123.
Well, that's all the time we have for today.
Thank you for watching, and go Highlanders.